welcome to another show of the Sportsman Show. What?
You were close.
Yeah. Okay. The Sportsman Show. I'm your host, Joe Musil. After 24 shows.
You haven't hit it yet.
After 24 shows, you know who we are.
Yeah,
I don't think
the names.
I don't think we have to announce our names anymore or do anything like that.
Mm-mm.
We can just go right into the show because you've been watching us. You know who we are. All
yes,
right, Coachy.
You've been used to this show for a long time, and we're now about really almost into 3 months now.
Yep.
Show.
So
and we're still the only program besides government and everything else that we're the only really live show that's going on, unless somebody wants to try and convince someone that they need to be taped from home too.
Yeah. So you got your little friend with you today. You got another friend.
I have my dog Luna. She decided to stay in the living room with me, and right now I can get a little bit of a lead way for you.
Okay.
I can do
Let's
this
see
too.
what Luna is.
Wait, I'm gonna have to do this.
Now it looks like Godzilla.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Almost.
Almost. Now we can see your leg. That's not good.
No, there we go.
Yeah, here's your dog Luna.
She's about 130 pound Great Pyrenees. She's a rescue dog.
Nice. Very nice.
She's a very friendly dog. She likes to run in the brook, and and she has chased a bear before. So,
as you call yourself a bear, so she probably chased you.
Well, no, not really, but we're used to doing a lot of things that is possible. We'll probably be getting a good acquaintance for a little bit before, unfortunately, before I have to leave the area and go to a temporary home. But
all right, temporary home.
But there's no bears. Just watch cats crawl underneath the cars and everything else on the other side of town. So.
Okay, and so your aunts are going to change the locks so you can't get in the house?
Oh, absolutely not. How are you going to get
return?
the Christmas stuff up? You can see it now. I'll have to smash the house.
Yeah, I think your aunts will lock the doors and bar you from the house. You'll be knocking on my door saying, "You want in."
Yeah, no, I have other places if I have to go, but anyway, that's for another day. Where find the right house for Coachy temporarily, but that's for another time.
Yeah, that's another time.
So, well, where do you want to begin, Joe? Since
actually, what do we have? We have a light NBA action right now, with NBA wanting to start their 72-game season before Christmas. They say they're going to lose about a couple $2 billion if they don't do that. And players are on board. I guess they signed everything, looked it over. They haven't signed anything yet. I don't think they have signed it. But they looked it over. I think they're on board, though. They are on board. Other things.
The final vote, by the way, on that will be Monday. I mean, they did put it into effect, but Monday's going to be the actual final vote. And if they get everything going, then training camp will probably start more than likely right after the NBA draft, which is November 18th.
Yep. So
because the free agency hasn't started yet either.
Yeah, well, I haven't looked up any free agents or
anything.
Yeah, no,
you haven't heard anybody.
I don't think there's anybody big, or we would have heard that by now.
No, they've already said there will be no free agents until after the NBA draft is over.
Well, I mean, talking about big free agents, I think Chris Paul is pretty much a game changer for a team.
Of course.
I mean, he could go to the Bucks and joining Giannis, and that would help out Giannis and keep friendly for the Bucks. And then, of course,
is Anthony Davis going to re-sign with the Lakers after he played there for 1 year and won a championship with LeBron? Because I heard LeBron may take about a month off before he comes back.
Well, he's older now, and he needs his rest, and he has a family, so a month, he's got a lot of other things to do, so taking a month off is fine.
Yeah.
Which is maybe his final season.
Well, no, he's got 2 years left.
He just spent that last. He's in his last year.
Wait a minute though, but let's go back to he signed. He signed a 4-year deal with the Lakers. He played 1 year, didn't make the playoffs. He was injury riddled. Then you had this pandemic season. It didn't really count in the season 3 for him.
Well, yeah, I think it is this season 3.
Coming up for him would be season 3, but he signed a 4-year deal, so he does have another year after this, and then then they play around and see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if he does call it a career after this.
Yeah,
he's successful anyway. He's already won. He's now won 4 NBA rings now, I believe.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to 4.
That's what I thought. I mean, there's nothing more you can really do. You don't need to try and challenge Michael Jordan for 6 titles unless you win the last 2 years.
Yeah, which is going to be hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff.
Absolutely. And they're not really talking about a bubble yet in the NBA, but that might happen for the start of the season.
I don't know how they're going to bubble 30 teams. I don't know how they're going to bubble that.
No, it's not going to work, but they're going to play in arenas to start the season. They're going to play without fans to start.
Yeah. No fans.
You know, and you know that's going to be the odd part, but unfortunately that's the
times that we're living in.
Times of the change. Yep, for now.
Yep.
I mean, the same thing. I mean, I can say this much. I don't want to talk about hockey too much because they're still planning everything. They said 7 to 10 days, but I don't want to go into details. They came out with some guidelines on ESPN where you can read about on my Facebook page, but it talks about everything that could happen. But right now, there's no set in stone in that right now. Except, of course, there's no Winter Classic this year, so.
Well, yeah, no Winter Classic, no, or no All-Star game.
No All-Star game either, and you know, and you feel bad for the country of Canada. I've already heard possibly the teams in Canada may have to play all their games against Canadian teams to start their season before they come to the United States whenever the border reopens.
Yeah, or we may have a Canadian hockey team in Hartford.
Yeah, that could possibly happen. Which one?
Yep. So you're excited about that. That perked you up a little bit, right?
That perked me a little bit, but there's still a long way to go before that happens. So
yeah.
I'm not holding my breath on it.
Hold your breath, and we'll see how long you can do that for.
Yeah, good luck. Now I have to bring this up. All right. As you know, we heard about Mr. Turner for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who had to get pulled out of the game because he was tested positive, and then he was celebrating with his team, which he wasn't really supposed to do with his mask off. So the league the other day decided, the commissioner said, Rob Manfred said, you know what, we're just going to leave it at that. You're just going to be, you're not going to be disciplined because you apologized. I'm a little interesting about that. I don't really like that too much. You should have been even fined, at least.
Well, it's kind of like you spilling milk on the kitchen table. You know, it's a big mess, but a sorry gets you away from it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're not using bounty paper towels just for something like this, so.
No, we're picking it up with some paper towels a little bit, but nothing else bad happened to it. You know, you didn't lose the whole gallon of milk. You just spilled some of it. And, you know, it's okay. I think it's okay.
No, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, if it was I'll tell you, if this wasn't during the pandemic, you know, we wouldn't even talk about it. But, you know, it was just one of those situations where, you know, not a lot of Dodger fans were like, oh, good, thank you for not disciplining him. And there was a few, well, like for Tampa, like, why wasn't he disciplined?
Yeah.
No.
There was a few.
But not only that, though, the Red Sox are bringing back Cora. Here we go. How many people are going to boo him? How many people are going to tell him he's a cheat?
Yeah.
You know, to him, this is a second chance. Don't blow it.
Yeah. It is a second chance for him and stuff like that, but it's a good second chance.
But the reason why he got suspended is because of what his role with Houston. I don't think it had anything to do with his role with what he did with Boston.
Yeah. So.
You know, that's the only reason why he really got it more was because but the difference was A.J. Hinch got fired over this whole thing. Cora was just a bench coach, and, of course, A.J. Hinch is now a member of the Detroit Tigers.
Yep.
But, when Cora got his second chance, the first thing I said as a Red Sox fan, all right, well, can you not this time do anything crazy and just stick to what you're supposed to be doing?
Well, every manager has a plan and a designed for his team. Managing the game. Remember the saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Right.
So everybody comes up with their own scheme until they get caught or figured out. So, I mean, you take any edge you can to win games because as a manager, you could be out in the first season and you could be gone.
You could be gone as much as 50 games, not even a
50
year.
games, 5 games. The NFL is you can get fired after 4 games and stuff if you're not winning.
That's already happened a couple teams this year.
Yeah, so managers will deploy their own systems and see if what we can get away with. I mean, Spygate and stuff like that, videotaping.
Yep.
That's all part of Bill Belichick's scheme and his brilliance. It's just what they think of. So,
how do you do it in baseball when you're trying to use signals that back in the day you didn't even really have video of how to do any type of signals or signs like that compared to now?
Yeah, you're just using. Yeah, back then they didn't even know what a videotape was or anything.
No, they couldn't even pick something up.
No, so I mean, he was just using the new technology, and he got caught. So he got caught.
But the Red Sox got rid of the personnel who did it and everything. But at least like I said, the only reason why Cora got suspended is because he played his role with Houston. That was why. Or otherwise, they would not have fired him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm okay. I'm okay with him getting a second chance. But, we're going to see how many fans, if they allow fans at baseball parks, how many people are going to boo him or how many people are going to really give it to social media and criticize him.
Well, they booed the crap out of the Houston players every time.
Yeah, which wasn't fair to Dusty Baker. He had nothing to do with this.
No, he didn't have nothing to do with, but the Houston players were all the same players, and they got booed out of stadiums and stuff like that. So,
don't worry though, it didn't happen this year. You didn't have any fans in the stands anyway. So
yeah, or they got hit by pitches. They got plunked. They had big fights over everything.
Yeah, they had a couple of those this year.
So, I mean, people want justice, for cheating. Cheating on baseball it's bad. You cheat. So
yep, absolutely.
It's America's pastime. So
yep, but we'll leave it at that. We'll not say nothing more about baseball. What I do want to get into is for all you college football people, this is supposed to be a big game tonight, but we have a problem. Notre Dame playing Clemson. Clemson's quarterback is not playing. Trevor Lawrence, because he was tested for the virus. He didn't play last week against Boston College. He's not playing at Notre Dame tonight, but he's going to be on the sideline.
Yeah.
Don't like that idea one bit.
How can he be positive and be with his team? It hasn't even been the 14 days for the quarantine process. So that's a little bit disturbing. If anything, if more players
he's not even traveled with the team, he should have been staying home for a couple more days and get ready for his next game next week.
Yeah.
No business for him to be traveling on the sidelines, because now here's the question: how many Clemson players could possibly get it after the game?
Yeah. Yep.
So and that should be but still, either way, I still think it's going to be a competitive ball game tonight at 7:30. And just for you people who have NBC, fair warning, the game's going to get moved to USA Network for a little while tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have some presidential circumstances. Joe Biden has pretty much been declared the winner.
For now.
President Trump is repelling and filing court lawsuits and stuff like that in the
Yeah.
states that were too
Yeah,
close to call.
So just a heads up for you college football fans that NBC and ABC and probably Fox too, they're going to get thrown on different networks. I think even boxing has something going on Fox tonight. They're probably going to wind up moving it to another
FS1.
or FS2 actually. Yep. FS1 already has football, but yeah. So be prepared if you don't see your game on a regular network. You understand why.
Yeah, especially when you view this on a television a couple weeks from now.
Yeah. Yep.
And you don't know what we're talking about.
I did today though. Welcome back to Pac-12 conference for football today. I got to watch quite a bit of Arizona State and USC.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
Game, and they actually recovered an onside kick.
Yep, I saw that. So, that was a good game. That was
a very good finish. Arizona State should have won it. They were up by 13 points, and unfortunately, down to loss. Now, the Pac-12 did lose 2 games this week already
due to
positive.
Positive testing.
It was Washington against Cal, and it was Utah against I forget who. But, hold on.
I forgot that one too.
Yeah, so did I.
I mean, if teams get maybe 6 or 7 games in, I mean that's a completed college football season for this season.
It was supposed to be against Arizona, and then they go to UCLA next if it goes on as scheduled.
Yeah. I mean, this college football season was just thrown together anyways. I mean, it's all screwy and stuff.
Yep.
They're still going to play like 50 bowl games.
They're scheduled for 37 right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
That's for now, but remember,
that's a lot of nothing.
You may have a team who may only play 4 or 5 football games this year. I mean, look at Wisconsin. They've already got 2 games that have already been canceled.
Yeah.
After they won their big game against Illinois.
But who are you going to put in these games? Who are you going to have to fulfill 60 something odd teams for these 37 bowl games?
Mm-hmm. Even and get this, after the Army-Navy game, you thought Army could celebrate and enjoy. If they win, nope, they got to play Air Force the following week. That game was postponed this week.
Yeah, it was. So, I mean, I guarantee they're going to still put teams in these bowl games. The Tostitos Cha-Cha Bowl.
Fiesta Bowl.
Whatever. You know, I'm just making up names here.
No, actually, no, now it's PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. I'm sorry. They
PlayStation.
By a video game system.
Yeah. I mean, they're just going to put 2 teams. Does it really matter that you win one of these things? Not really.
Only if you're in the college football championship series and you got to win 2 games.
Yeah, but for these other bowl games, they're just going to take teams, even if you just played 4 games and stuff.
Well, they could still
going to be me.
They could still cancel them at any time.
They're not going to cancel. It's too much money on the table. Too much money in TV revenue, and PlayStation doesn't want to lose a 3-hour game where they can put their commercials on.
Right, and don't forget Christmas Eve, of course. There's going to be one Hawaiian Bowl where both teams are going to put up points anyway. There'll be no defense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they have all these bowl games. I mean, I know why, because they're money makers and they're for the college and stuff like that.
They've already lost like 6 or 7 bowl games have already been lost this year.
Yeah, but
like the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, that's already been called off. The Fenway Bowl at Fenway Park, that's been called off already.
But yeah,
if the one at Yankee Stadium though is still on.
Still on, yeah, still on.
So but that's what we can only say about college football right now. That it's taking its time, it's taking its toll. A couple conferences just started, so but we'll see how we go as the Pac-12 goes along, the Big Ten, and
See how many more games get postponed and
or canceled. Yep.
So
we're racking them up, Joe. I think we're up to about 6 games that have been canceled already.
yeah. So and plenty more to come.
To come, yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for the blitz.
It's time for the blitz. It's time for the Coachie's Blitz.
Yup.
Let's get into it.
Where I pick a team, where I think what's been
where I pick a team,
and I tell you what's going right, what's going wrong, what needs to improve.
Yep. All right, Coachie Blitz. Let's start with the New Orleans Saints Chicago game. New Orleans
Oh yeah.
It
looked like a boxing fight during the game.
Yes, it did.
Mims, all of a sudden, he was throwing haymakers. He threw about 3 of them to Matthias Lattimore, and, there was no need for him to do that. And he instantly had to get an ejection. There was no choice on that. You didn't even want to wait and hesitate. There's no need for it. Come on.
Haymakers.
He was suspended 2 games. The NFL rescinded it.
Yep.
So that tells me that the NFL did not have the presentation to say, you know what? If you were just aggravated, we're just going to say, no, you don't get the 2 games. You just get the ejection that you had, and that's all there was to it.
Yep.
Through the whole game, it was competitive, I thought. I mean, it almost went to a tie.
Yep. It came down to what, 2 minutes or 3 minutes left?
Yeah, they won it with about 30-something seconds left.
Yeah.
I thought Breeze and Foles did okay. Kamara had another good game. I mean, he hasn't been in the end zone lately.
He had 12 carries for 67 yards.
But the one he's going to is the receiving yards right now.
Yep.
Thomas hasn't played, which, by the way, him and Drew Brees are questionable for tomorrow night.
Yep.
New Orleans has been one of these freaky teams this year that they've done okay, but still on defense, I'm still not impressed.
Well, New Orleans is at 5-2. Are they a top team in the NFC after only 2 losses? I mean,
show me what they can do if they can beat Tampa Bay a second time.
Okay.
Because
what does Chicago? I think if Chicago takes Green Bay, then you can take them a little bit seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think let's see. Chicago plays Green Bay in a couple weeks.
Yeah, not this week.
Not this week, but next week, I think.
Deployed San Francisco.
Yeah. So, I think if Chicago to prove themselves, they need to beat Green Bay, and New Orleans needs to take out Tampa to really say these are good teams and they're ready for a playoff run.
Yep. But now talking about speaking of Tampa Bay, they played their game against the New York Giants. They did escape. They didn't look that good. They were able to win because of that pass interference call that was actually picked up the flag for.
Yep. We're talking about Thursday night's game.
No, we're talking about Monday night's game now. The Giants have played Tampa Bay, is what I'm saying right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Week.
Giants lose by 2.
The Giants did play well for a while. They did.
Yeah, they did. Daniel Jones is still acting like a rookie quarterback. He still makes that really dumb kick yourself in the balls play, He still does that. I mean, I forgot his offensive coach's name.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. The one for Dallas, yes.
Yeah, former Dallas head coach.
Yep.
I'm sure it's pop up into my head, but
it'll pop up in your head in about a minute. Yes.
Yes, it will. But he's actually talked to Daniel Jones and said it's better to take a sack than force those plays. He's trying to teach him to do that. It's better to take the sack. It's better to throw it away and live another day.
Well, Jason Garrett. Well, by the way, it's Jason Garrett.
Yep, there it is. There's the name.
There's the name. I thought that whole game, he has been calling good. He's making some good calls.
Yeah.
with some plays out there. Golden Tate had another incident this week again after the game's over. So they were trying to tell him, feed me the ball. I thought this year has been a very tough year for him.
Yep, it has been.
And the unfortunate thing with him is he is out for Sunday's game, discipline reasons. He's been benched.
Yep.
For saying something bad at Giants practice this week. But why, you're not going to become the number one receiver if you're going to act like this.
No, you're not. And he's kind of he's having an okay season, but his mouth is getting him into trouble.
Yeah, well, he's already had a couple incidents this year already.
Yeah.
Him and then Jalen Ramsey getting into it, over family. I'm like, yeah, dude, don't be doing that.
Well, that's also comes with losing every weekend. That's tough on a player.
Of course.
Going through a season with only one win, that's kind of tough. That's tough.
Yep.
It's not
I
easy.
agree with that. What else you got next?
Okay. Let's go to the Monday night game on NBC. Let's go to Dallas 9.
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia
Dallas
23.
And
Philadelphia.
how Ben DiNucci. Actually, both quarterbacks stunk.
Yeah, he stunk.
Carson Wentz didn't make it impressive either. And the first series for Dallas, okay, my thought was, okay, the Cowboys are doing some trickery.
Well, yeah.
And it was working. And then after that, well, it went downhill.
Yeah.
Right after that. Ezekiel Elliott couldn't do anything. Amari Cooper was only held to one catch. Nothing's clicking still for Dallas right now. And they don't have it any better coming up this week.
Yeah. They don't have anything better coming up, but
and they've got another quarterback this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Philly actually even looked that good. Their offense, Carson Wentz is kind of.
Yeah, no, Carson Wentz has not had a very good season at all.
No, he hasn't.
They're fortunate to be 3-4-1 on a bye.
Yeah, I think that division, the only winnable games is against each other. If they're versing anybody else, they're going to lose.
Well, Washington may actually beat the Giants. I hate to say, actually, I think they will.
Yeah, that's another game in their division, which that team – so they pick up 4 wins in the whole season. They go 6-10 and host a playoff game. Yay!
Yeah, still a joke.
Yeah, that is. That's.
But if you look at the way the Eagles did play,
Coachy, what are you doing?
That game. I don't know. They're running back Dallas Scott, or I think it's Scott.
Yeah.
He had a decent game. The receivers, Fungelman. Geez, the last 4 games he's been playing pretty good.
Yeah, he has been.
He's been the best receiver.
Yeah.
Bottom to none. Defensively, Philly, they didn't get it going till about the second quarter, but Dallas just has major problems right now. And as a matter of fact, their starting quarterback is going to be Garrett Gilbert.
There's a good one. Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah.
I don't even.
He's got to play against tomorrow, so.
Yeah, doesn't he have to play against Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh.
Oh, jeez.
Pittsburgh and Dallas, America's game on CBS on Sunday.
Oh, that's good luck to Gilbert. Good luck to him.
Good luck. You better play smart, and let's see how long before you take a couple sacks.
Or he's buried in the ground. That's in Pittsburgh too, right?
Nope, it's in Dallas.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit easier and more rare help on him. It's not much more help because you have no fans, but
no, Dallas will have some fans tomorrow.
They will. Some fans. They'll watch Gilbert get buried into the turf.
Yeah, he'll be eating the turf pretty much.
Yep. So poor Gilbert.
I'm hoping that the Eagles take this bye week, and see what their next game has in store.
Yeah. I think that's just two really average, just two bad teams. Dallas and Philadelphia, they're two bad teams. It's lucky that they win a division and get host the playoff game, but other than that, they're going to get chucked out in the first round of the playoffs by anybody.
Now, for all you Miami Dolphin fans, this is my next team to talk about. I got to watch that game against the Rams.
Okay, Miami versus...
Yeah, against the Rams. And this is a game I didn't expect, okay? I didn't expect their quarterback to only have 93 yards for the whole day.
Yeah, I mean, he only threw for 8 first downs, Tua did. I mean, they got some special teams touchdowns and a defensive touchdown. So
that's what
won it for him. It wasn't for him. I believe it's Tula's. They're testing him because they got Houston's first round pick next year, and that could be a top 4 pick. So that could be a quarterback.
Yep. And not only that, if you look at the way that Miami did play, the Rams side of it, 4 turnovers in the first half won't get it done.
No, turning over the ball.
That's the worst game I've seen the Rams play all year was that one.
Yep. I agree.
I mean, the game in Buffalo, they stunk. Then they came back, but there was just no answer in Miami. And I actually watched that whole game while I was at my cousin's house. And and the Rams just didn't look good. I mean, Goff threw for 2 touchdown passes. Yeah, congratulations. But still, you can't play a game like that. I mean,
no, you can't.
They're on a bye this week too. But, and they can use the bye.
The Rams, I believe the Cardinals are the better team in that division than the Rams are. And so it goes Seattle, Cardinals, probably San Francisco, and then the Rams in that division.
Yeah, well, San Francisco, which I'm going to talk about shortly.
Yeah, shortly we'll talk about them.
Yeah, because you don't want the Rams to start falling off. I mean, it's unfortunate when you're a West Coast team, you have to travel across the United States to play your games.
Yeah, it does. But they're at 5-3 right now. They're not going to catch Seattle for the division
unless
or
Seattle
anything.
has a mental breakdown.
Yeah. That's not happening. Russell Wilson has that team pretty well under control.
I mean, the only thing that could happen with Russell Wilson is Sunday's game when they're all the way already out in Buffalo. So
but
but now I'll get into San Francisco Thursday night against before that.
San Francisco and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
A couple late touchdowns by San Francisco.
Yeah, garbage time.
Garbage time made it a little bit better.
But he didn't look comfortable. Unfortunately, he does have him and George Kittle both went down with injuries.
Yeah, Russell Wilson had a nice game, 27 or 37 with 260
yards. The running back is DJ Dallas.
4 touchdowns.
Yep, and DJ Dallas was the best running back they had.
Yeah, 18 carries for 41 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yep, and he's going to be starting again tomorrow in Buffalo.
Metcalf is having a good year with the 12 reception, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a quiet game in Arizona, but then after that bye, he turned right around and had more yards than Tyler Lockett. So, right now, Wilson's having an MVP type of a year right now.
He is.
We are not going to dispute that. He has only thrown, I think, 2 picks so far this year? Not too many.
No, I think it is 2 or something.
2? Okay, I know Mahomes only has 1. So.
Yep.
But this is the real deal with Wilson. Right now, he can throw. He's been throwing the ball more than he has in the last couple of years. We can both contest to that.
Well, I think that's because of the defense is not as good as it was in the past couple of years. And the defense is not putting them in any short yard situations. It's not like they're starting at the 50 or the 40. They're starting at the 20, 25.
Yep.
stuff like that. So he's got to throw the ball. He's got good thing he has the wide receivers to actually throw the ball too,
Yeah, you notice
or
this
he'd
year.
be.
Now you notice this year he hasn't been throwing the ball really to tight ends this year.
No. He's been throwing it outside or actually they've been really almost like flag pattern throws and stuff like that. I believe Seattle's wide receivers are speed wide receivers, so they're good for corner routes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
throwing the ball to them. They're using their speed against the corners, and he is getting it over the top and pretty accurate in this throwing the ball that way. So,
Yep, I agree with that. I agree. But I'm going to probably see tomorrow that Seattle's going to win, but is Buffalo going to really show up for this game tomorrow?
well, Buffalo has to does do they
After
have,
they escaped against New England, because I thought we were going to be Buffalo, but of course Cam's being Cam. But that's
well, we'll talk about that when we talk about that game,
right.
and we'll get to it. But uh, we'll talk about Buffalo. But this was a pretty good game. Garbage time in the end, and Seattle comes on top.
So then San Francisco has to turn around and play Thursday against Green Bay. And oh boy, was that list ever growing, even though they were activated the next morning. They were without 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a quarterback, a couple cornerbacks, a linebacker, and already 2 defensive linemen are already out.
Yeah.
So, and as soon as Green Bay had the ball first, it was lights out Devontae Adams right off the start.
Yeah, you're talking about Thursday night
I'm
game.
talking about San Francisco getting destroyed in the first series.
Yeah. They got destroyed, so.
It was pretty bad. I mean, I was able to see the whole game, but, same thing. San Francisco scored on garbage time again.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. I still don't believe in Green Bay. I still don't believe in them. Yes, they have an okay record, but the record really doesn't impress me. It doesn't really thrill me that much. I still say they get beat by a Seattle in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, when you lose to Minnesota at home, that's
Dalvin Cook get running all over your defense.
Yeah, three touchdowns running, 1 receiving touchdown.
Yeah, so he actually beat the Green Bay Packers. Minnesota did on his own. So we'll see what Green Bay does against Chicago in that division.
First things first, they got a game with I think it's Jacksonville coming up.
Well, Jacksonville's given up on the season. They pretty much got
it.
it.
They got a chance to win. They're in Houston coming up, so.
Yeah, Houston. Yeah, everybody wins against Houston.
Both teams are 1-6.
Yeah.
So someone will get their second win of the season.
Somebody probably doesn't want it because they want a higher draft pick.
Yeah, someone wants Trevor Lawrence, so.
Yeah, somebody wants that prize. And the other 2 quarterbacks, I forgot their names, but we'll look that up whenever it does. Let's talk about Pittsburgh and Baltimore coming down to the wire.
Yup, I saw that. Very good game, good finish. Both teams played pretty good. There wasn't really any problems or issues or anything like that. Comes down to the last play of the game.
Yep.
And Lamar Jackson had a chance to win it, and he actually had his tight end open, but Pittsburgh's defense was ready for it.
Yep, right there for it. I don't know. Is Lamar Jackson becoming the quarterback that can't win the big game?
Between this year and last year, Lamar Jackson this year, I think a lot of defensive coaches have figured out how to stop him. I think. Yeah,
I think they have figured out how to stop him from running the ball.
Yup.
If you can't figure that out, he runs all over you.
Right, and if you start throwing the ball, that's when they start getting worried.
Yep. And defense can handle a lot better with him throwing the ball than running the ball.
Yup.
But, Yeah, I think he is becoming that quarterback. He puts up great numbers during the regular season against bad teams, and he doesn't perform well against good teams.
Right.
He chokes against Kansas City. He goes down to the wire against Pittsburgh, and he got blown out in a playoff game last year where he sat on the bench moping. So I believe he's becoming that quarterback that doesn't win the big games for you.
Yeah, if it starts doing that, we're going to see how long before it gets into his skin where he's going to start going off and start going crazy.
Yeah, or just starts fading away and stuff. I mean, this is Baltimore's opportunity with last year was and this year too, where Pittsburgh is older at quarterback and stuff like that, and they need to get over that hump, and really challenge for the AFC championships and stuff like that, or
Yep.
they're really going to fall behind in the next couple of years. They're going to fall behind again, and they're going to be back in the draft, trying to draft a team and rebuild a team. You have a very short window in football where you take your quarterback and you make it a good team. That's only like a 3-4 year window where you actually have that window to win championships, to win the divisions, and be actually a good team before other teams start catching up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's not going to be any runs like the Patriots for 20 years.
No.
That's not going to happen.
It won't happen.
I don't think even in Kansas City with Mahomes, I think that's maybe a 10-year run. If he stays healthy and everything goes well, that's a 10-year run right there. And that's what I think. It's very hard to win in the NFL. It's not easy to rebuild a team every time. I mean, Seattle they've had a good maybe 8-year run with Wilson so far, but they haven't really seen playoff success in like really bulk,
Since they've been to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row.
Yeah, so it's hard. It's not easy. You lose a lot through every year to just players retiring for injuries and stuff like that. You lose out of your 53-man roster, you may lose 10 players every year or stuff. And you can't really supplement that through the draft. You can't really gain that back in 1 year, So, yeah, that's my take on football.
Hey, I'll take that. Hey, it was good to listen to you on this one.
Yeah. For a change?
Yeah, because normally I always say something, but I decided I'll just let you say this one.
Yeah.
So, all right, who's next?
Who's next? Do you want to do? I don't think we want to talk about Kansas City and the Jets. That was a blowout. That wasn't a good game.
That one was five touchdown passes, and Jets didn't know what to do.
Yeah, Jets are playing for the quarterback sweepstakes.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about poor New England losing that game?
Yeah, well, I knew it. It was a game where they actually in the second half, I thought they played decent. And Cam Newton was showing it for a while. He was doing good. But then all of a sudden, we're getting sloppy how to hold the football again for the second time this year. He's done it in Seattle. But that's when, of course, we were doing okay to start the season. Now, of course, we play the Buffalo Bills, and that's a team we should have beaten because the Bills have been struggling lately.
Yes,
even
they
though
have.
it's a
Yep.
couple victories. But when Cam got the football punched out, I said, "Oh, yep, here we go. That's going to do it right there."
Wasn't really even punched out. He was holding like a loaf of bread, and it just got slapped out.
It was like the football weighed about 2 pounds.
I was on my computer doing some stuff, and I was listening to the game. I was listening to the play. I mean, they're like, "Oh, Cam is running." I'm like, no,
Yeah,
no.
That's the first thing I said. Here we go. Cam running with the football. What is he going to do? And then I said,
And then I heard fumble, 25 seconds left to go in the game. I'm like, okay, game's over.
Yep. That's how it looks. And now, of course, I've been asking a couple people. I said, I think we could lose to the Jets Monday night.
Should we lose to the Jets?
No, I hope not, but we could.
I mean, as I've talked about my spiel and stuff like that on how to get better in the NFL, you definitely do need that quarterback. Should we lose to the Jets?
No.
Should New England lose?
No.
But if you lose to the Jets and give Jets 2 wins this year, you could be right there evenly for a quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't see Bill Belichick tanking this game. I really don't.
Yeah, but Bill knows how hard it is to win in the NFL. He knows he can't win without a quarterback. And
right now we don't have Edelman either. I think he's out again this week, isn't he?
He's out again, yeah, with his knee problem. He had surgery or stuff on it.
Yep.
But Bill knows the only way to get a quarterback is in the draft. You're not going to find Tom Brady in the 6th round ever again.
Not in this lifetime.
I mean, unless you find Russell Wilson in the 3rd round or something like that, you definitely need to be in the top 5 this year for the top 3 quarterbacks. You definitely need to be there.
Yep, absolutely. But I just don't want to lose to the Jets this early, not in week 9.
Yeah, but it gives the Jets a win. And then you give them another win a couple weeks from now when you play them again, and you're tied with them for the losses. And then you just throw the ball to the other team.
How many picks do you want Cam Newton to throw? 6, 7?
6, 7, 8, 9.
It'll really make you cringe at that point. So
it's not really cringing. It's bettering for the future of the team. You need that quarterback. And Cam Newton is not it.
Definitely not. That's why he signed that 1-year deal, and that's why I think after this year they'll let him go.
Yeah. So we need that top 5 draft pick. Top 5 will land you one of those quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, we'll watch. But like I said, I don't like to see coaches tank.
It is called tanking, but look at Philadelphia in the NBA. They tanked for a couple years, and they got Ben Simmons and the other guy, Ben Gordon, and they built a team through the draft picks and stuff and everything, and they got better. I mean, unless you're the Jets and you're really ignorant about drafting players and you don't get better every year. I mean, Bill Belichick's smart enough to draft better players, and he always has drafted pretty good players, except wide receivers.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick can't draft wide receivers. I don't know how he misses that, but he can't draft wide receivers.
No, you can't. So,
but he drafts everything else pretty good.
Yep. Well, maybe it's one position he'll get strong at eventually.
But
so
that's my take.
Another team. I know we only got like 6 minutes left, so
let's see how many times. Yeah, actually, we only have 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
My spiel took a little while.
That's okay. We accept.
We accept my spiel?
Yes.
Let's do some quick round robin ones. Well, we talked a little bit about Minnesota and Green Bay with Cook just running
Yeah,
all
Dalvin
over.
Cook was the Dalvin Cook show.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the Dalvin Cook show.
We
And
already tackled about Miami. Chris McCaffrey's back this week.
yep.
Yeah, against Kansas City. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck for that. That's really nothing.
You have really quick too. The Chargers got robbed of a game last week against the Broncos.
Yep, Chargers got robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Also had
Indy and Detroit. Not much of a game.
No, Indianapolis. Indianapolis actually lost T.Y. Hilton to a groin injury.
Yeah.
But Phillip Rivers has been playing much better as of late.
Las Vegas Raiders versus the Cleveland.
Yeah, that was a windy havoc game.
Yep, that was in the rain. So
and it was in the wind too. And of course, unfortunately, if you've heard yesterday, the Raiders did get fined big bucks for not doing the social distance rules.
Yep, I think they were just blown into each other. So
yeah, and then of course the owner's going to go fight the fine.
Yeah. But yeah, they tried kicking field goals in that game, and they got blown all over the place.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
There was another game where Baltimore actually did lose a player because he did touch an official, so he got ejected from the game for that.
You want to talk about Tennessee and Cincinnati? Tennessee.
Yeah, that was the other upset. Joe Burrow had a nice game too.
Yeah.
But Tennessee got shut down the whole game.
I believe Joe Burrow he's coming along nicely. He's
him and the other one for the Chargers quarterback, Herbert.
Yep,
is doing a very nice job as rookies, both of them.
Yep, very good. Very good, promising.
But winning rookie of the year between those two right now, the early favorite is the one for
Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow.
Definitely. Yep. Then other teams that I thought of interest,
Yeah, we got 3 minutes.
Okay, I can go. All right, I'll have to go as quick as I can on this. Coming up for week 9, we're going to be halfway through the NFL season.
Yeah, we're halfway through. We'll share our thoughts about next week.
Yeah, we will share thoughts about our halfway through the season next week before we get ready for the Thursday game, and then hopefully, of course, unfortunately, we may have to we may not have an episode coming up due to the fact on my end, But other quickie news, not too much is going on really. Like I said, the Pac-12 had started their season today.
Yep.
They're still. Hopefully, there won't be any more cancellations of that league or anything else. Oh, and next weekend, CBS is going to have a lot of fun next weekend.
Yeah.
They have to juggle the NFL and the Masters.
Yep.
Who thought we'd be having the Masters in the month of November?
Yeah. That would be special.
Yeah, so I don't know if some of the NFL games are going to get bumped to another time, like at 1 o'clock, or they're going to probably I think they said the Masters is going to start early on Sunday so they can get their football in.
Yep.
So
yeah,
a lot to so we'll see how that mess goes. Oh, and tomorrow will be the final NASCAR race of the season.
Yep.
It's down to 4. Someone will win it. We will mention that next week.
Next week, yes, we will.
Show. So, but I will pull for Joey Logano. Let's hope our local boy gets to win at Phoenix, depending how it does. But we're down to 4 in that event. So, but I think we are now. The time has expired.
Yes, our time has expired. This has been the Sportsman Show. I've been your host, Joe Musel. You know me. And my other host.
I'm still Jason Cochiti Carlos through all these episodes. YouTube, make sure you subscribe to us and watch all our episodes.
Yep.
I know they're a little behind, but they're starting to hopefully catch up. And
I talked about that with Big E this week and stuff. They're going to edit stuff. They may actually start on show 19 since they don't want to do some older shows. They wanted to do something with relevance to actual sports.
Fair enough. And then, like I said, we will have a show next week, but then the following week right now, it's kind of a mystery right now. At the moment, it's a no, but it might change pending what happens on my end.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
all right, folks. See you next week.
Bye,
Have a
folks.
good week.